The budget is a process until it is signed into law and based on the demands that is brought to bear on Mr. President by MDAs and the determination of the President to make as much resources available as he can find within the law, within due process, that provided the opportunity to review in order to make more resources available to implement the 8-point agenda. And secondly, will the executive represent somebody? No, there was a question on representing the medium term. Yes, I think my presentation started with that. Sorry, my second prayer that the first I said was the Federal Executive Council approved a revised medium-term expenditure and fiscal policy paper, which will be submitted along with the appropriation bill to the National Assembly. Then when will the budget go to the National Assembly? We are ready, and we have requested the National Assembly to confirm a date, but to respect separation of powers, we won't announce our request, but rather what the National Assembly.
You see various agencies lined up, NDLSA, open your bag, Immigration, open your bag, Customs, open your bag, AFCC, open your bag, and they will dipping their hands in your bag. And, so we thought we should do something like you have the TSA in America, where you have detection machines. So when they pass through your machine, your bags through the machines, it detects explosives or any other thing, and that's the end of the search. And so it's for the approval of the award of contract for the supply and installation of customized explosive and narcotics detection screening systems with remote and dual view for the international airports of Abuja, Lagos, Kano, Port Harcourt, and in
the memo I presented was for approval of draft national report for the fourth cycle of the United Nations Universal Periodic Review. As you all know, Nigeria is a member of so many international organizations, including the United Nations. And in the United Nations, we have, there is a practice of reporting your human rights records, among others, periodically. We have reported, or we reported in 2009, in 2013, and 2018. So since 2018, we have not made any report. And there will be a meeting where all these reports will be, considered in February 2024. We believe that it is better, it's just right that we forward this report ahead of that meeting in February 2024. So after engaging critical stakeholders in the country in each of the 6 geopolitical zones, and including all the three tiers of government, the state, national, and at the national, state, and local government level, we compiled a report which we are sending to the United Nations on Human Rights Universal Periodic Review for consideration. So that's why, but before we can do that, we have to bring it to the Executive Council. So we got approval to forward the report to the United Nations.
Is the 1 billion for budget support the same as the 1 billion for agric? The answer is no. As I said earlier, this is a concessional financing. It is difficult to get, and the budget support one in particular was really a reward and support for the ongoing macroeconomic reforms, which of course improve the viability and financial standing and capacity of the country. So the two are different. And then on the purpose of the $1 billion budget support, it is to support the government's program overall, but particularly in its regulatory framework for the power sector, strengthening social inclusion, all important domestic resource mobilization. You talked earlier about the tax committee and the fiscal policy reform efforts that are going on. So it's to support that and generally to strengthen accountability, transparency in government operations. So there's a whole set of specific programs and initiatives which the $1 billion is to support, but it's not a project-based funding. That's why we say it's budgetary support.